Hey everybody, Father Marshall Shelley here, coming to you from St. Peter's Episcopal Church. I'm actually in our fellowship hall, in our fellowship space. Sorry, I'm making the table move a little bit with my elbows. I'll try to refrain from that. I do not have a halo. This is just the light over my head, and I'm getting a little refraction from the lens of the camera, so it's all right. Take a breath. It's good. Do not be afraid. I just wanted to bring you up to date on what's happening in life in the ministry of St. Peter's right now, and really excited to share some of that with you. But first, the word for the week. The word is recovery. If you were checking out last week's video, you heard the story of how I fell and injured myself. I'm doing really well, and I wanted to talk about the word, which is recovery. Recovery takes many shapes and forms in our lives. Sometimes it's recovery from injury, as I'm experiencing right now. This takes discipline and patience and care, because you have to watch yourself. You want to get right back into the swing of things again, but you have to pace yourself, particularly when you have the kind of injury that I did, where I actually hurt my core, which means that anything I want to do is involved in trying to get a place where I'm feeling better and less pain, less limitation on myself. So the idea of being disciplined in recovery is you have to take care so that you can be able to get back to where you want to be. The other piece of recovery is also noted in that when you're in a position of having gone through a disaster, or in the case that we're experiencing around the world right now, both in the case of natural disasters like tornadoes in the southeast, or in the case of human-made disasters like the war in Ukraine, recovery takes a different form. It requires us being able to gather together as a community to begin to heal from the trauma of the thing that has happened to us, and then to take those small steps to first clean up and assess damage, and then to be able to make a plan to move forward. Recovery requires that sense of being mindful of and committed to a plan to move forward. You do this when you are working on recovery from a surgery, to recovering from a natural disaster, to recovering from war. So recovery also takes intentional care and planning. And then finally, and this is probably the hardest thing, recovery really requires an aspect of focusing on making it sustainable. Those people who are recovering from addiction or are trying to amend a behavior and enter into a period or a season of recovery know that you can't just cast off into the future and make a plan. You can't just look at the immediate past and say, I did that. You have to be fully and completely in the present moment. I can tell you that I'm aware of that on every level as I recover from my injury, because, I am deeply aware of every present moment. When I take a deep breath, or when I roll over in bed, or when I reach down to pick something up and I move in slightly the wrong way, I feel it. So you have to be willing to be present. So there you go. There's recovery. It requires a lot of us. It requires the willingness to take it in small bites and increments. It requires of us to have a plan and a tactic and an awareness that we can't get it all done in one moment. And then it also requires us to be very much in the present moment, in the here and the now. Speaking of the here and the now, here's a great opportunity for you to delve deeper into the life of Christ at St. Peter's. We have a lot going on this weekend. Of course, right now I'm in the fellowship hall. It's Thursday evening. The day is waning, but still is bright. And we have people just past those doors who are shopping in the shop until 8 o'clock. They'll be here again on Saturday and also volunteering as well. Great opportunities to support the mission and ministry of the church. We have someone coming by in a little while who's going to be shopping for Ukrainian relief and also picking up donations for that effort. We try to partner with a lot of different people in regard to that. Episcopal Relief and Development, Interfaith Rise, but here in New Jersey in the Episcopal Church as well. And then, of course, also in these local efforts with partners who are gathering up supplies and sending them via post to the Ukraine for help and assistance for folks there. On top of that, we also have the men's breakfast gathering on Saturday. We will be celebrating the life of one of our parishioners, a good man named Steve, who died several months ago, but now is the time to lay him to rest. And of course, we're closing out the season of Lent with the fifth Sunday in Lent, and we look forward to seeing you at church on Sunday. And then we do it all again one more week for Lent and head on into Holy Week. The last thing that I'm offering up to you is an invitation. We are trying to do something on top of everything else as we get ready for Holy Week, and that is to focus in on how we can bring some things back from before when the pandemic was going and raging and disrupted us. We're trying to bring some of those elements back. And one of those is the Garden Watch. The Garden Watch is an overnight vigil in the church where we keep watch over the Blessed Sacrament after the services of Maundy Thursday, where we remember Jesus both giving us the Eucharist, washing his disciples' feet, but also asking us to watch for 1 hour before he is arrested and taken from us and eventually condemned to death on Good Friday. You can join us and sign up for that via our website as well as the e-news, and you can participate in taking an hour. Please do consider doing that. We have a couple people sign up right now. I'm hoping we can fill the whole night before Palm Sunday. We'd really love to see that happen so we can make that happen again. Of course, there's a lot going on as we plan each of the liturgies of Holy Week, from Palm Sunday, Holy Monday, Holy Tuesday. Wednesday night, we're restoring the Stations of the Cross. Maundy Thursday, we have Eucharist and the stripping of the altar. Good Friday liturgies. Holy Saturday early morning, as well as polishing and preparing the church and the sanctuary for the celebration of the great vigil of Easter, which will begin out on the lawn at the foot of the cross, and then move inside. We'll be broadcasting all of these live, as well as recording them for later posting to YouTube. And then we gather on Easter Sunday for a service celebrating the resurrection of our Lord. So much going on, and really looking forward to sharing that with you. Please do check out the website, www.stpeterspotswood.org. Check out the blog, check out the message, check out all the things that are happening here in the life of Christ at St. Peter's. And we look forward to welcoming you home to this glorious place where we serve Christ and offer love to the world in his name. For now, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Take care and God bless. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.